The Abduction.
Vivify Studio Stories.
1, 2, 3, 4.
As night fell, darkness enveloped the great mansion hidden at the edge of the city. The air filled with anticipation as whispers of something sinister filtered through the walls. There was a feeling of discomfort that fell upon the staff of the home, who performed their duties with erratic steps and a restless look. Mia Caldwell, the young and lively daughter of billionaire Robert Caldwell, has disappeared without a trace. The news sent shockwaves through the city and investigators scrambled to unravel the mystery surrounding her disappearance. Robert Caldwell was a respected businessman. His empire stretched far and wide and gave him enormous power and wealth. However, his most prized possession was his beloved daughter, Mia Caldwell. Mia was a bright young woman with a heart full of compassion and aware of dreams. Lived a life full of luxury and privilege. One fateful night, the city streets erupted into chaos when Mia mysteriously disappeared. Panic spread like wildfire through that town when news of the robbery reached the residents. Luxurious homes were filled with fear and the once vibrant city was shrouded in darkness. Everyone from the humblest beggar to the highest officials felt deep pain for Mia and her distraught father. Robert Caldwell was assigned to the case by Detective Alex Thompson, known for his unparalleled dedication and sharp investigative skills. Approaching, Caldwell mentioned that he couldn't help but notice the eerie silence of the mansion. An impressive iron gate opened, welcoming him into a world of abundance and mystery. Within the manor plate, the weight of sorrow. The walls whispered stories, portraits of ancestors staring as if hiding information. Alex felt the energy of secrets lurking in every corner. Driven by his determination to uncover the truth, his investigation began with family and staff. Each family member was interviewed, their alibis dissected and their stories analyzed for inconsistencies. Robert Caldwell, a stoic and wealthy businessman, appeared confused but determined. She remained steadfast in her belief that her daughter was alive and would return unharmed. The rest of the family seemed genuinely worried, but their collective efforts to hide something were palpable. While searching for more information, Alex heard about Mia's life. She discovered a troubled relationship with her parents hidden beneath the facade of a perfect family. Mia resented the pressures of her privileged upbringing, and her rebellious nature led to regular conflicts with her father. Speculation grew that Robert's great wealth may have played a major role in his abduction. Alex questioned all the family members and staff one by one. Finally, Mia's guard was called into question. The guard admitted that Mia had a deep curiosity and an insatiable curiosity. She spends her evenings exploring her surroundings. She did, however, enjoy the quality of the moonlight shadow frame while walking along the cobbled path of the garden. One fateful night, the van drove steadily to the edge of the mansion. The security guard saw a group of masked people get out of the van. Their intentions are unclear. The masked men quickly moved towards him and easily overpowered him. He fought, well, gently, though his strength was no match for their brute strength. Bound and blinded, Mia was taken to an unknown destination. The guard tried to stop the masked men, but his attempt to save Mia failed. That was the last time the guard saw Mia in the mansion. Alex recorded all the alibis and confessions of the people present and mentioned his research. Robert Caldwell seemed stressed and agitated by his daughter's sudden disappearance. "Okay, Robert Caldwell, that's all for today. The entire investigation is being recorded," Alex exclaimed. "I will visit more often until we find the culprits of the kidnapping. Is there anything else you want to reveal before I go?" Alex asked. Alex had a sixth sense that Robert and his family were hiding something that could help solve the case of Mia's kidnapping. Alex stopped questioning and left the room. Alex turns to the curious disappearance of Mia Caldwell. The suspect must have been someone who knew the Caldwell family very well, and the kidnapping of Mia during her walking lessons shows that the kidnapper was closely watching Mia Caldwell's and her activities. Robert Caldwell was Willowbrook's most respected billionaire. Mia's abduction clearly shows that the only motive behind the heinous crime is either money or competition with the Caldwells. But who could be behind this terrible crime? Alec's mind was confused with these questions. He wanted to solve this case as soon as possible. Every housekeeper who worked for the Caldwell family was on standby. Alex and his team closely monitored their household and activities. Alex began visiting the Caldwell mansion frequently with his team. Alex navigates through red dots and false leads every day, relentlessly preserving the truth. Days turned into weeks and Detective Alex returned tirelessly. Along with swapping puzzles between the evidence, analyzing alibis and interviewing witnesses, he begins to unravel a deeper conspiracy and discovers a long-kept secret in the Caldwell family that even the victim herself did not know. Questioning led Alex to question the victim's mother, Mrs. Victoria Caldwell, looking devastating but suspiciously calm. Victoria revealed that her relationship was on the rocks and Mia wanted a separate apartment, while Victoria admitted that she wanted to ban Mia from the family. Detective Alex sensed that something was wrong. There was more to the stormy relationship than meets the eye. Further investigation led him to Mr. Caldwell's business partner, Charles Williams, who seemed unconcerned about the kidnapping of his close associate's daughter. He maintained his innocence despite being caught in several falsehoods during interrogations. Detective Alex concludes that William had a lot of use for him. Partners to kidnap the daughter, and he added to the list of known suspects. With each revelation, the investigation became more and more difficult. Unknown to Detective Alex, the kidnapper became aware of his diligent business and began targeting him. He received anonymous threats. His car had a sense of being malevolent and ghostly, constantly following him and harassing him at every turn. The detective's relentless pursuit of truth led him to a local restaurant, the Golden Spoon, where illegal activity was rumored to be taking place behind closed doors. He confronted the owner, Mr. Joy Rosso, a famous gangster associated with the brutal behavior and evasive answers of Caldwell's Russo, increases the suspicions of Detective Alex. However, he did not find enough evidence to directly link him to the crime. As the investigation progressed, Alex uncovered a trail of illegal activities, hidden bank accounts, secret offshore transactions, and ties to the criminal underworld, or hinted at a web of fraud surrounding the Caldwell family. The lives of victim and villain blurred and left behind a cloud of uncertainty. Through extensive research, Alex was able to see the true face of Caldwell's. That fallout from the incident sends shockwaves through society, exposing the facade of privilege and wealth. The Caldwells were exposed for their sins and their actions were avenged. Alex quickly puts the puzzle together to solve Mia's mysterious case. The next place of interrogation was Robert Caldwell's office. Day and night intense questioning led to success. That breakthrough came from the Maze mysteries, when a disgruntled official family worker gathered incriminating evidence against the Caldwell family and staged a kidnapping to uncover their crime. Alex quickly solved the mystery and identified the culprit behind the complex plan. Driven by a sense of revenge and justice, a former employee staged a disappearance to expose Caldwell's crimes. It was a desperate attempt to bring them to their knees. Detective Alex entered the interrogation room and is confronted by the suspect, a former employee of Caldwell, John Brown. John was suspected of a series of kidnappings, and Detective Alex decided to investigate the case until the end. John was a large man with a muscular frame and menacing features. He was not someone the detective wanted to cross. Alex cleared his throat and began the interrogation. "John, tell me why you kidnapped Mia." John looked at him without saying a word. Detective Alex continued, "John, this is serious. We have evidence linking you to the kidnapping. You have to come clean and tell us. Why did you do that?" John finally spoke. "I did it for money and revenge," he replied. "I was desperate and needed money to pay off some debts." Detective Alex looked him in the eye. "John, I can help you if you are honest with me. Tell me everything you know about Mia's kidnapping and whereabouts." John signed and began to tell his story. He explained how he struggled with money problems and worked for the Caldwells for 5 years. John was desperate for a way out when he asked Caldwell for his provident fund for the past 5 years, but they refused to pay him the amount due. John helped the Caldwells for a while, but when they refused, he saw an opportunity in the kidnapping, and he took it. John wanted revenge on the Caldwells and wanted to show the Caldwells' true colors to the world. Detective Alex questions John about Mia's whereabouts. John seemed uncooperative about the matter and refused to answer questions. Frustrated, the detective turned to more aggressive tactics, demanding answers. And after raising his voice, the suspect finally broke down. Through tears, she revealed Mia's location. He locked Mia in the gardens on the outskirts of Willow Brook. He admitted that he had indeed kidnapped the girl. He said he did it because he needed money and wanted revenge on the Caldwells for their injustice. The detective was surprised by the suspect's confession, but relieved at the same time. Now that he knew the truth, he could make sure that justice was served and that the girl returned home safely. After the interrogations were over, the authorities asked John to escort them to the place where Mia was being held captive. "Mine has been locked up for 2 weeks now." John took Alex and his team to the outskirts of Willowbrook. John showed the authorities the way to a distant barn that stood among acres of wheat. It's been a week since Mia disappeared. Mia was trapped in a dark room. Alex and his team rushed through the wooden door into the barn. They found Mia with her mouth taped. Alex and his team quickly left Mia untested. Robert Caldwell gave Mia a big hug when he saw her alive. Mia was rescued, shocked but alive. The truth came out, but the scars still remained. For Detective Alex Thompson, the case was a reminder that even in a world of plenty, mysteries can be solved. And justice can prevail. There are tears of joy in the Caldwell family. Victoria hugged Mia tightly, knowing her ordeal was finally over. Mia was forever moved by his abduction. The truth was revealed. John was charged with kidnapping, while the Caldwell's case is still pending in court.
Hey there, beautiful bookworms, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Your likings helps this channel a lot. Have a great good night's sleep.